This is the Evan Ginzburg Show, and that's our new intro with music by Cooley High.
I love it.
And Edwin Vasquez, and the guitar on the intro is by Alpha Halverson, who's seated right next to me. So Alpha's going to be on every show forever from here on in.
Nice.
And Alpha's seated with Christina Stefanelli on percussion. And later, we're going to have John Winnell, noted poet, whose picture with the Edgar Allan Poe shirt was in our new intro as well. So we are at villageconnectionradio.com. This is the Evan Ginzburg Show, always an eclectic mix. And today we're going to do what very few radio shows ever do. This is a live jam session, totally improv. And we're going to just let these great artists get right to it. Alpha Halverson on guitar, Christina Stefanelli on percussion, later joined by John Winnell.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have quit you a long time ago. I should have quit you, baby, a long time ago. I should have quit you, went down to Mexico. If I'd have followed my first mind, if I'd have followed my first mind, I've been down on the border my second time. If I'd have followed my first mind, if I'd have followed my first mind, I'd be down on the border my second time. I should have quit you a long time ago. I should have quit you, pretty baby, a long time ago. I should have quit you, baby, and went down to Mexico. Lord knows I should have moved on. Lord knows I should have went on. I've been down on the border, down on that killing floor. The Lord knows I should have went on. Lord knows I should have moved on. Or I wouldn't be here tonight, down on that killing floor. This is an original I wrote called Angel Feather. It's a nice slow one. Thank you, thank you. So we're going to do one more and then we're going to bring up our friend John Winnell. So this is another very upbeat blues song done by Howlin' Wolf and Muddy Waters among many others. It's called Rock Me Baby. Rock me all night long. Want you to rock me, baby. Rock me all night long. I want you to rock me, baby, like my back ain't got no bones. So go down in the moon, begin to rise. Sun go down in the moon, begin to rise. Satisfied. See me coming, run and get your rocking chair. See me coming, run to get your rocking chair. I ain't no stranger. I used to live right over here. Why don't you roll me like a wagon wheel. Why don't you roll me, baby, roll me like a big old wagon wheel. You can roll me over, you don't know how good that makes me feel. Rock me easy, rock your baby slow. I want you to rock me easy, rock your baby slow. I want you to rock me, baby, like my back ain't got no bone. Put your arms around me like a circle around the sun. Put your arms around me like a circle around the sun. I want you to call me daddy, let me lay down in your arms.
Yeah.
All right, John, you ready?
Oh, sure. All right.
I won't play that cabinet for you.
Well, once again, I thank Evan and Jim, and Village Connection, Alpha and Christina. These are some relatively recent pieces, and maybe we'll read an older one too. And this first one's called Turning of Leaves. Rumbles in a striated sky, filled with white and gray. Schisms in an otherwise perfect afternoon. The Moor walks with a limp. His shrieking wife stumbles. We stand in a southern corner of a sculpted cemetery. Curious planes hum overhead, arousing local birds who'd left hidden cavities in cypress trees. We are gathered to catch the passing of a watchful bird, one whose broken wings can no longer keep her from flying. The past becomes present. Trees once barren have sprouted, as have weeds between the pebbles at our feet. Light a candle. I light a candle with the wind. It dangles just below a window's seat, offering comfort for those seeking. Hours before the rain, as birds call each other with warnings of an oncoming storm. Listen to the flame as it courses compressed wax. A full day's arc in a rusted sky. The remains of a prayer from which yesterday's dreams remain unbroken. I feel your presence in the room. A warmth fills my body as an orange glow held captive. As the sun ignites the sky with tenderness, I embrace the day with speculation and acceptance. A sliver of moonlight. You place a sliver of moonlight inside your mouth. A secret lozenge snatched from the night. No one else seems to notice, as for just a moment a cloud appears and darkness and shadow covet streets. While we continue to walk, I see a glimmer in your eyes, a smile and a midnight's kiss beneath the bridge in snares, as if a hidden web had been revealed just for me. Burning Man. Prometheus stole fire and paid an eternal price. Chained to a rock on which an eagle feasted daily upon his liver. An apt punishment for such a fierce commodity. Each day, fires burn, immolations of protest monks, simple men in outrageous times. Quiet as a crow, an orange hue flows above a Brooklyn field one fateful May morning. An ordinary groundskeeper lights gasoline to liberate his purified soul, screaming as it ascends all the way to the place where the rain begins. Agony of desire. Flesh burns while waking in the sun. Warm rays of light, melting time, inflaming pigments. A silent beauty that rests in hemispheres of night. As a moth drawn to flame, beauty has no boundary. The scent of morning explodes, inviting danger of desire. To touch air as it careens through grated windows, momentary ecstasy, illusion in breath, as faded as singed wings, while tongues become intoxicated on perfumed wax. where the sea washes the shore. Day's light is crowded by shadow. Inside, air-cooled buildings alongside the park. History's holdings are protected just down the street. Wisdom of yesteryears, now foregone conclusions, as a wasp stinging itself to death in the blaring sun. Once again, the sea drowns sailors, and time's bones get buried beneath the sand. Words convey nothing. Confusion, anger surfacing as a spider careening in a corner of its web. Nothing makes sense. The hand that holds the broken bottle, blood that stained the linoleum. Everyone watches the killer led away quietly. Water and ammonia wipes memories clean. Women cry, and the carousel turns in the shadow of an elm tree. This one's called Falling Grace. Just have two more. Grace rises and falls like perfume. Sunlit arabesques on edges of subway windows. Reflections of an Uzbekistani headdress. A living Matisse. A couple new to the city, curious, innocent, radiant moon glow eyes, offer kisses with their child as she grabs air to wave goodbye. A day filled with miracles. Parting clouds share gardens of light, falling on fragile irises and sunflowers that laugh in the wind. Takira shakes, weeping crippled loneliness. She wants to teach young children, protect their innocence. Forgets the beauty in her brown skin that separates her from the other fireflies. She laughs away tears, sniffing salt water. Dreams about returning to the ocean where she can regrow her mermaid's tail and sing. Time is illusion. The past looms as large as an earthquake, only to be relived as a ripple upon the sea. And I want to end with this last one called An Inauspicious Happening, or St. Francis in the Wilderness. At the edge of a field, beside a stone grotto, stalks of digitalis rise from cracks between pebbles. A wooden table, strewn with books and a human skull. Reminders of life's transience. A monk, simply clad, feet naked inside leather sandals, waits. A castle with all its luxurious vanity lies behind a field where a shepherd has taken his flock to graze and drink from a cool stream. A curious hare emerges through a familiar opening near where a burro patiently stands. The gentle Francis espies a twitch in the heavens, stands with outstretched hands and arms on this simple day, an otherwise inauspicious ascetic receives glory as an angel descends for but an instant, offering grace. Thank you.
All right, poet John Winnell. And Alfie, you want to end the set with something?
Yeah, an old one the Blues Brothers covered. It's Flip, Flop, and Fly.
Oh, yeah.
Big Joe
Louis
Turner,
Jordan
actually.
did that too, right?
I think he was the one who did it originally, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not Big Joe Turner?
Big Joe Turner I have here is listed as the, he
Yeah.
may or may not be the writer, but these blues songs you never know. Couldn't have been written by anybody. Now when I get the blues, I get me a rocking chair. When I get the blues, I get me a rocking chair. Well, the blues overtakes me, gonna rock away from here. Now when I get lonesome, I get on the telephone. When I get lonesome, I get on the telephone. I'll tell my baby, I'll tell her on my way back home. Now flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Don't ever leave me, don't ever say goodbye. Now give me one more kiss and hold it a long, long time. Give me one more kiss and hold it a long, long time. Now love me, baby, till the feeling hits my head like wine. Now here comes my baby, she's flashing a new gold tooth. Now here comes my baby, she's flashing a new gold tooth. She's so hot, she can fit in a phone booth. Now flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Don't ever leave me, don't ever say goodbye. I'm like a Mississippi bullfrog sitting on a hollow stump. Like a Mississippi bullfrog sitting on a hollow stump. I got so many women, I don't know which way to jump. Now flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Now flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Don't ever leave me, don't ever say goodbye. I said, don't ever leave me, don't ever say goodbye. Don't ever leave me, don't ever say goodbye.
Yeah. Alpha Halverson, Christina Stefanelli, John Winnell. This is the Evan Ginzburg Show, VillageConnectionRadio.com. Jim Savali at the helm. And we'll be back in just a few. Jim, you have the music of Kadar Black?
I think I may. Is that the one that was sent to me?
Yes.
Let's see what we got.
All right. And we'll take a brief time out as we play a little music. And when we come back, we're going to interview these great artists.
All right.
We'll be back in a few.
The fun thing, it's not a gun thing. Kadar. Kadar. Cutie, cutie. Miss Cutie, cutie. Whoa, oh, cutie, cutie. Kadar one wipe on your booty. Miss Cutie, cutie. Big fat booty. No matter if she black, Spanish, white or coolie. Girl come bruise me, girl come groove me. Look how the girl let me move me. Miss Cutie, cutie. Big fat booty. No matter if she black, Spanish, white or coolie. Girl come bruise me, girl come groove me. Look how the girl let me move me. Tonight, me fantasize. For your man precise. Mucho grande size. Left you hypnotize. When you advertise, me build the vibes. Pull up, pull up. So energize. Sing it to the left and right. Height it up like a kite. Bubble it like a spite. Turn it on like a light. Give it to you day and night. Explode dynamite. Girl a shake and a wine and a move them spine. Girl a shake and a wine and a move behind. Girl a shake and a wine and a move them spine. Wine, wine, wine. Miss Cutie, cutie. Big fat boy.
It's very. It would
Dude,
take a whole,
we're ready for the show.
It would take a whole day to explain. It's very.
All right, we are here. It's chaotic. We are here with Kadar Black, and we are listening to his music. Tell us what we're listening to.
Well, right now I gave you 2 tracks. So, Afi Make It is a new single. So it's called Afi Make It. You know, which in Jamaican term it's Afi, but in a pure English it's have to. So I have to make it.
Okay.
So it's called patois. You know.
And what does that mean to you? Have to make it.
Well, in general in life, you have to find a way. You have to find a balance. Life is going to throw you all these different curveballs, and you got to find a way how to hit them. So, when it come at you, you got to find a way how to make it. Either you're going to stand up and just get strike out, or you're going to at least swing.
That's right.
So in life, you get up in the morning, you have struggles, like as the words of the song saying, you get up in the morning, you give thanks for life, and then you know that you got to progress all the way through to the sundown. So, it's pretty much just the song is basically just telling you, be motivated, be conscious, be aware of what's going on, be positive. And, when you have all these different forces and energy coming at you, you got to find a way out.
That's
very
positive.
Yeah, that's what the song's about.
Sometimes life really throws curveballs at you.
Absolutely.
I was sitting home watching a movie with my wife. I go on the computer, and one of my best friends was hit by a truck and killed. Johnny Valiant,
Wow.
famous wrestler. And, you're just staring at that screen in just disbelief. Disbelief. And it's very hard to bounce back from things like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You could deal with old age, even disease. You're kind of prepared, but
Correct.
You don't expect one of your best friends to get hit by a truck.
Absolutely.
That's a whole different. So I hear where you're coming from.
Yeah, tomorrow, like I say, tomorrow is not promised to anyone.
Yeah.
So while you're alive and while we're here, just live it up, man. That's how it is.
It's that's why the other night I went to see Avery Sunshine at the Highline Ballroom. What a great performer, R&B singer.
Nice.
And I think she's as good as virtually anybody. I'm talking Stephanie Mills, Patti LaBelle. I'm talking, she's as good as anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, just tremendous performer with nothing but positivity and energy. And music is very healing.
Absolutely, because it deals with the emotions. You could be a raw emotions, could just be, a jolly emotion. It could be, you're down on your luck emotions. Music feeds off your emotions, and you find the right song that connect with you. It's gonna bring life,
And tell us about your latest projects. You're also an actor.
Correct. So yeah, as you know, the last time we were here, we almost wrap up that movie, Made in New York, which Billy Boy is also a part of that movie. We pretty much final shooting that right now. It's on the cutting board now. So now is where the maestro, the director, and everyone kind of get their hands and sink their teeth in getting the storyline together, do all the editing, and so they're busy doing their thing right now. But my part is already finished. I play a police officer in that movie. So it was an eye-opening experience. It was a great experience, and you learn as you go as well. So it was a great movie.
A movie is made in the editing room.
Yes.
We have a movie coming out called 350 Days.
Correct,
about the wrestlers on the road in the 80s. Bret Hart and Superstar Graham are the stars. And we had 120 hours of footage edited down to less than 2 hours.
That is true.
5 years of work.
Wow.
Movies are made in the editing room.
Absolutely.
People don't realize.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how long has this project been going on?
Ooh, let's see, Billy, this one has been going on from last year, right?
Started shooting from last year.
Starting shooting from last year.
The concept was from about roughly 4 years ago.
About 4 years ago, concept we'd written, and then we gathered the team members and the supporting cast and the actors and the actress and locations, and I mean you could talk, you could educate all of us with the experience that you went through. Yeah. So it's
The Wrestler took 7 years.
Oh yeah,
7 years from start to finish.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, that's Billy Boy, the Jamaican cowboy, who's rejoining us.
Billy.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
Looking debonair once again.
I live here.
Yeah. So give out any social media.
Right.
How can people stay in touch with you?
Well, as everybody knows, this is Kadar, Kadar, and Blacks, Blaqs. So this is Kadar Blacks. Pretty much on social media, you'll find me on IG, Instagram, on Facebook. You can find me on Spotify. You can find me in Google. You can find me in YouTube. And it's all, Twitter, and it's Kadar Blacks. Kadar BLAQX.
There you go. And what do you have coming up that you'd like to plug?
So right now we have the new single that we dropped right now that's called, Afi Make It. It's up on all digital platform. It's on Spotify. It's out there to the world. It's a track that I'm getting a lot of good feedback on. And the video is also in the works where we're going to do some video footage for that single. Apart from that, I have event coming up. I have some other radio shows interviews coming up next week. I have some concert performance coming up in July, end of July,
plug whatever
August.
you want to plug.
So it's just a matter of being relevant, stay focused, get the fan base going. I believe in my craft, and I'm quite sure you believe in me. So you gave me this platform to express to everyone what I'm bringing, and also to the listening fans out there right now. Kadar is coming at you. And everyone who knows my logo, that always says, bread and butter. This one take me out of the gutter. Butter. So everyone knows that signature. And I'm here just promote this new project. And then right after that, for the summer, you lighten it up a little. Because sometimes, you can't just preach. You got to have some fun too, right? We got to let loose a little. Loosen up your collar and have some fun.
That's right.
So then I have another track that's coming right behind that. It's called Miss Cutie. As a man, you see a cute lady go by and your heart just skip a beat and he's like, oh yeah, that's the one. So therefore, that's a single coming after called Miss Cutie. Both tracks are produced by myself. I write my music, I perform my music. I have the concept of the beat in my head, and then I'll bring it out to the musician that says, make this beat. And then of course, I have the Stylmatics Records. That's going to be the label that I'm putting together. It's called Stylmatics. So, I'm always out my hands and everything. Acting over here, family life over here, music over here. I mean, you got to stay busy. You got to stay focused. You got to stay hungry.
Yeah. You should be in pro wrestling. You cut a good promo. It's like this guy pitches stuff. You want to see it. You want to hear it, right? That's right.
Got to make it believable, man. If you don't believe it, then people won't feel it.
That's right. And later in the show, we're going to have another jam session since you guys just walked in mid-show with Billy Boy and Kadar.
And Alpha, coming by from way back when we first met,
Christina.
So you keep good family together. Yeah,
that's
definitely.
Right, that's right. And before we do that, we're going to hear a live track.
We could give him a piece of Afi Make It. Afi Make It, we could definitely go in there. You should have the Afi Make It TV track. And then we'll just do Afi Make It so people understand what it's all about,
There you go.
Yeah. So to everyone out in the world, Kadar Blacks, tune in. Yeah. Kadar, singer. Na. Bread and butter. This I wanna take me out of the gutter. Butter. Every day me rise to make sacrifice. Lord God, me have to make it. A region, a them a roll the streets with the heat, them now fake it. A little cushion on me palm, jaw in on me heart. Oh yes, me have to praise him. I really get to you, them a hustle every day. Lord God, them have to take it. Good morning life, you see the sunrise. Open your eyes, praise the Most High. Have few drop out, but we survive. From the evil, wicked and bad mind. We get to you, keep your eyes up on the price. No make they draw you out, one take your life. Left, mama, wife, pick me a cry. To the skies, get to you, your bone fi rise. Say we no give a cotton picking who say we hype. Me roll me dice, we make we choice. Me no sponge pan bob, me work fi mine. Man a hustle and a muscle 9 to 5. World hypnotize when get to youth rise. Black woman and child don't define. No improvise, no compromise. To the skies, get to you, your bone fi rise. Every day me rise, we make sacrifice. Lord God, me have to make it. I reach
Jenna, them a roll the street with the heat, them now fake it. A little cushion on me palm, jar in on me heart. Oh yes, me have to praise him. I really get to you, them a hustle every day. Lord God, them have to take it. To the skies up, me rise up, me wise up, nah give up. See time rough, and dirty tough. Want hold the faith and be conscious. Them want jail us, eliminate us, but me multiply like a locust. Them want to see me fall, but man stand tall. Let John me put me trust, so that's a must. Every day me rise to make sacrifice. Lord God, me have to make it. A real Jenna, them a roll the street with the heat, them now fake it. A little cushion on me palm, jar in on me heart. Oh yes, me have to praise him. I really get to you, them a hustle every day. Lord God, them have to take it. Bread and butter. This I wanna take me out of the gutter. Butter. Make it. Every day me rise to make sacrifice. Lord God, me have to make it. A real Jenna, them a roll the streets with the heat, them now fake it. A little cushion on me palm, jar in on me heart. Oh yes, me have to praise him. I really get to you, them a hustle every day. Lord God, them have to take it. Every day me rise to make sacrifice. Lord God, me have to make it. A real Jenna, them a roll the street with the heat, them now fake it. A little cushion on me palm, jar in on me heart. Oh yes, me have to praise him. I really get to you, them a hustle every day. Lord God, them have to take it.
There you go. All right. So we're going to take a very brief time out here at VillageConnectionRadio.com, the Evan Ginzburg Show, and we're going to talk to all these great artists. And at the end of the show, we're going to have a jam session, and Billy Boy, the Jamaican cowboy, will join us, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, awesome. All right, so we'll be right back, folks. And as always, we want to thank Jim Savali for this forum. All right. So, John, why don't you sit by me?
You came along hoping you could be conversation they're all dead. The lines held up inside my head. I left here like a broken man with no idea of where I stand. Oh, my mind clears. Oh, I shed all of my tears. Oh, now baby, I was just waiting here while you moved on. Now what remains of this tattered soul is something I've always wanted to know. There's whole sense of security, this newfound freedom you kept from me. The sound of all your loaded guns, this outbreak war has just begun. The sound of all your loaded guns, this broken man has already won. Oh, my mind clears. Oh, I shed all of my tears. Oh, now baby, I was just waiting here while you moved on. Na 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 na.
All right, this is the Evan Ginzburg Show. We have the whole happy crew here, and you're listening to Fresh Squeezed Lemonade, Jim Savali's favorite. And I have a very important question for all you guys. We have different political beliefs here, and you hear, you know, Hitler, Trump is Hitler, and Hillary is Hitler, and Obama is Hitler, and Bush is Hitler. So I have a nominee here for president in 2020. Bootsy for president. What do you think, guys? Everybody agrees?
That's you, right? You.
Yeah, Bootsy.
Yeah.
Bootsy Collins.
Music all the time,
P-Funk.
right? Music,
What's that?
Music all the time.
That's right. That's right. Music brings us all together, right?
Funk it up, right?
That's right.
Funk it up.
That's
The
right.
universal language.
Now George Clinton's retiring next year. He's in his 70s. He's retiring next year. Like anybody else, you know, you get tired, right?
You have to rest. When you reach a certain stage in life, sometimes it's important for you to rest, enjoy the world as much as you can.
Is he mic'd okay, Jim?
Yep.
Good. This is live radio, folks. Controlled chaos. I'm like the ringleader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah, I was saying that just like in any situation, you have been working all your life, hustle and bustle and so on. There are times when you directly need to, you know, take your vacations, travel the world and, you know, just retire from all the fast movements and take the time out to see the color into a rose.
I want to die mid-show one day. I want to be like 97 and just die on radio. That's right.
I ain't planning on dying anyway. So.
Want to go out the way I came in. So
You and Rockefeller, right?
Wait, you don't talk about the way you came in. That's
that's how Rockefeller died. Rockefeller was in bed with his girlfriend, with his mistress,
I
right?
just feel like I said,
That's
it's a
right.
good way to die, man. Well, a good way to die. Good way to die.
Yeah, his mistress was like 50 years younger than him. That's the way to go.
Well done, man. Well done.
What a way to go.
So
Or as Richard Pryor would say, he came and he went.
Yeah, that's right.
Ba-dum-bum. So guys, what are you listening to? We have all these great musicians, and John's a big music fan as well. What are you listening to? Who do you recommend?
I mean, you know, for me, I listen to a little of everything.
Me too.
You know, I don't just stay in one genre of music. You know,
me
whatever,
too.
whatever make the heart, you know, pumps. Yeah, is what I'm listening to. If it's Bob, it's Bob. If it's Aretha, it's Aretha. If it's a rap act, it's a rap act. If it's an R&B, it depends on the mood I'm in. You know, so I don't choose any one artist or really call out a name, which I can always call out a name, but it's just based on what I'm feeling at the time.
Who are some of the artists that have influenced you?
Over the years, I mean, I love R&Bs. You know, I mean, I like You know, the Aretha I like. You know, the Marvin Gaye I like.
Marvin Gaye was a genius.
Yeah, man.
And you know, every 14-year-old rapper who has a hit isn't a genius. Marvin was a genius. Curtis Mayfield was a genius. Bobby Womack was a genius.
Yes,
They cheapen the word by, you know, everybody's a genius. No.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder's a genius.
You know, yeah.
I went with John to see Stevie Wonder. He did like 4.5 hours. He could have done 4 hours more. That's how much material he has.
He broke curfew.
Prolific.
Broke curfew at midnight.
That's
he
right.
Still wasn't finished.
Finished like 12:30 in the morning at the Garden.
Did all songs in the key of life. One of the
That's a genius.
Elton thinks it's the greatest pop record ever made. I mean, I don't know if I agree, but it's certainly one of them.
I say What's Going On is the greatest album ever made. What do you guys
Certainly
say?
one of them.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Absolutely.
Top 5 for sure.
Popular?
Well,
Maybe
Hendrix
Pet
at the
Sound.
Fillmore East for
Pet
the New Year's
Sounds.
concert. Yeah, that was
What do you
Which
guys
one?
think?
The Allmans at the Fillmore?
that one and Hendrix at the Fillmore with the
Band of Gypsies.
Yeah,
That has moments, yeah. The Machine Gun is
Gun.
great, yeah.
yeah. There's so many.
Maybe Pet Sounds, Sgt. Pepper, Blonde on Blonde by Dylan. What's Going On, I think, definitely is in there.
Coltrane, Love Supreme.
Love Supreme. I mean, there's a, you know.
The list goes on.
Or even Miles with the.
Curtis Mayfield, Superfly.
Mayfield, yeah, there you go.
I feel like mine is almost out of place with all of yours.
Hit us.
I have to like Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
Well,
Nothing wrong with that.
That's a masterpiece.
Me, you know.
Nothing wrong with Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, you give me some Peter Tosh. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Tosh, yeah.
It's from soundtrack.
That's
great.
The Harder They Come soundtrack is amazing. It's amazing.
He's still out there, Jimmy Cliff. He's still
Jimmy Cliff's no kid anymore.
Yeah.
He's got to be 70, right?
Oh yeah, got to be around there.
And Marley, Bob Marley, you know, those
Marley.
early
And then they got
Exodus,
his- and they got
Natty
his-
Dread.
Then they got his offspring,
He
you
was a
know,
genius.
Ziggy and
I saw
and
Bob
Damon.
Marley.
You know, and then it comes to more.
I
of
saw Marley at
my
the
cultural
Garden.
style, you know, where it becomes a business signal, and then it comes up to the most current, you know.
All right, here's a hard question because we have like serious music people here. What was the greatest live concert you ever saw?
Oh wow.
I'm gonna say Fela at the Felt Forum.
Well, that's tough to beat, yeah.
A live concert?
Live concert that you saw, not on video, live.
Oh, live.
You were there.
That's tough.
That's tough.
Oh, yeah.
James Brown at the Lone Star Cafe.
I saw James at the Lone Star. It was unbelievable.
I wonder
Did
if
you
Many
Felix,
times.
maybe I wonder if Felix opened
Felix
it.
Cabrera used to open for him.
Or B.B. King at the Ritz.
Really? Okay.
That was
Yeah,
good.
I saw Tina Turner once, and oh man,
She was great. I saw her at the Garden.
Slow down. Oh, I saw
Yeah.
her warm up
Energy.
for the Stones. She was awesome.
Oh man, the energy that she
Yeah.
brought.
I would say Patti LaBelle. She's-
Patty
you get
LaBelle's
chills-
unbelievable.
chills
Patti
the
LaBelle.
entire
Unbelievable.
time.
I saw her last year. She's still great.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites.
I once saw James Cotton, the blues player, dead drunk at the Bear Mountain Blues Festival, knock out an entire bottle of whiskey, and he wouldn't leave the stage. It was like 3 a.m. The promoter finally threw him off the stage. It was unbelievable.
No, he was. I saw him,
James Cotton was
but
great.
not you know.
I recall opening a show back in some years ago for Air Supply. And they were
Air Supply,
Yeah.
wow.
Really?
That's
So
surprising.
Indoor stadium
Really?
in Jamaica.
Really?
And I was a part of the group that opened the show for Air Supply, and they were really, really, really good.
There you go. I saw Al Green, 1975. He
man.
whipped the audience into such a frenzy. Every woman in the crowd stormed the stage. You couldn't see him. He was covered with women. It was insane. Al Green, 75. Nobody touched that.
For me, a contemporary, I think the Tedeschi Trucks Band. I think they're probably the best blues, soul, rock band in the country. They got everything. They got the Sly Stone stuff, Joe Cocker, the blues, the Allman Brothers Twist, and they're still out there, just better than ever.
I'll tell you who I love as much as anybody, Bobby Rush. 84-year-old
Bobby
Bobby
Great
Rush.
Bobby Rush.
R&B singer. It's like a happy pill. You ever see Bobby Rush?
No, you turned me
Oh
on to
my
him.
God.
I've heard him. He's
Guy's
great.
84. He comes out and does like 2.5
Yeah,
hours.
he's
on the
He looks
show
like he's
and-
50.
Worth seeing,
Wow.
Bobby
Yeah,
Rush.
yeah.
Very important still. Yeah, he was back. He knew all those guys from
Yeah, he worked with everybody.
with Chess or Stax or whatever he was saying. He was
He's put
part
out like
of that.
he's put out like 350
Elmore
albums.
James,
This guy's
I mean,
84
he
years
knew
old.
I mean, he's the real thing, Bobby Rush.
And the
But
good
he's
thing about music, it have this strange way of keeping you young. music.
Yeah, I mean, Count Basie, what they say, they used to wheel him in his wheelchair to the piano, and he would just play like he was a young kid. I don't think he stood up, but he didn't need to.
You know, some of the original guys are still out there. Jerry Lee Lewis is still out there.
How about Little Richard? Is he still
Little
good?
Richard's not in good health, but he's still alive.
The great Little Richard.
Yeah.
Oof.
I used to see Little Richard. He was unbelievable.
Maybe the greatest.
Unbelievable.
Maybe, I don't think. Who else is in?
Jimi
Hendrix played with Little
That's
Richard,
right.
and Hendrix stole from Richard.
I once saw Little Richard do a gospel show. It was unbelievable.
He could do Richard.
Just all gospel.
Wow.
I wish I'd seen Richard. I never
What you
saw him.
guys talking about my stars too? What about Kenny Rogers?
Kenny Rogers,
Dolly
yeah,
Parton.
yeah.
Billy Boy
Nelson.
likes that country.
Willie Nelson.
I can see Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson is well.
Indian like you too, right?
Merle Haggard. I like Merle Haggard. Hank Williams. Patsy Cline. People like that.
Yeah, they are there.
Christina, you're very quiet.
I like
Who do you
that
listen
song.
to?
What's that one that she
I like
sang?
Chris
Stand By.
Stapleton a whole
Okay.
lot. I listen to a lot of electronica.
Okay.
Um,
Who's great live?
we just saw the Soul Rebels. They were amazing. They were a
Oh,
horn
yeah, up in
band. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Massachusetts, yeah.
They were amazing.
All
Very
horns,
different. All
yeah.
horns.
Wow.
We
We
have
were dancing the whole time.
Yeah, the tuba playing the bass lines, it was incredible.
we have Christina under the hot light there. Where were you on the night of the 7th? Yes. Anyway, so anybody want to plug anything?
We're
Any
playing at the
upcoming
Rivertown.
gigs?
Yeah, we're playing a few shows up at a place called the Rivertown Cafe up in Piermont, New York by the Hudson River.
You know the
July
date?
5th,
Okay.
August 2nd, and October 5th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys have anything else you want to plug, Billy Boy?
Yeah, basically, I have 2 songs to release in the summer. So sometime next month, about the 25th of next month, I want to put out 2 songs. It's called Caught Up, I Got Caught Up, and There's a Reason.
Okay.
So look out for it.
There you go. And yours truly has 350 days opening July 12th. We're going to have a big premiere at the Regal. It's 13th Street, right around the corner from the Strand Bookstore. And J.J. Dillon, Tito Santana, Greg Valentine, Joe Gertner, they're all going to be there live in person. Hollywood from the Glow Girls is going to be there. So it's a big premiere. And they're going to be signing autographs. I'm going to host a Q&A. I'll be on screen with J.J. Dillon after the movie and extensive interviews. So this is a whole night of pro wrestling from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. July 12th at the Regal Cinema. I believe it's 850 Broadway, 13th Street.
Union Square.
Yeah,
right
Union
there.
Square right around the corner from the Strand. So come on out. That's going to be a fun night. And it's opening nationwide. So this show is international here. So if you're not in New York, go to Fathom Events /350 days. And we're going to have a press conference right here tomorrow. Jim Savali graciously is hosting this. And we'll have Greg Valentine, Lanny Poffo, The Genius, Rick Drayson, and others on phone for this press conference with the producers in studio. So that's 5 to 7 p.m. June 25th, tomorrow. So you missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't miss 350 days. Coming July 12th.
Yeah.
I stole that from Ernie Ladd. I love Ernie Ladd. So what we're going to do is take a very brief time out. And when we come back, we're going to end the show big with a jam session with all these great artists. And let me quickly plug our sponsors, TimothyDarkMusic.net. If you like hip-hop mixed with rock, TimothyDarkMusic.net. Dr. Scott Bernstein, DDS. Our author, Frederick Gilbert Bourne, Forgotten Titan of the Gilded Age by Philip Savaggio, about a very great turn of the century, the previous century, humanitarian. So that'll about do it for the plugs. And you can read me in ProWrestlingStories.com, tremendous wrestling history website, ProWrestlingStories.com. So without further ado, we're going to have these great artists jamming. We'll take a brief time out. We'll play a little music while we set up. And we're going to end the show with yet another jam session. It's 112 degrees in here, so it's going to feel like the blues, right, Alfred? All right.
So you're gonna be playing?
Yeah. So whatever you.
Are you alone? Cause I'm feeling a breakdown. I'm sleeping with hope, but dreaming a letdown. And you wanted to leave when it all starts to seem like your hope. Hope is all just words you speak. Words you speak, so you're not alone. And I'm trying so hard. I'm trying to breathe on my own and feel what it's like to be me without anyone. Leaving you only brings me pain. I played my role, I've shut my eyes to feel like a part of you. You keep me close just to keep me. Are you at home? I just wanna get out and leave you alone, but I don't wanna be left out. I wanted to scream when it all starts to seem like you love. Love is all just words to me. Words to me, so you're not alone. And I'm trying so hard. I'm trying to breathe on my own and feel what it's like to be me without anyone. Leaving you only brings me pain. I played my role, I shut my eyes to feel like a part of you. You keep me close just to keep me. Say you want me. Say you want me. I don't wanna know. I don't want to know. Say you love me. Say you love me. I don't wanna know. I don't want to know. Trying to breathe on my own. See what it's like, see what it's like, what it's like on my own. See what it's like, see what it's like, what it's like on my own. See what it's like, see what it's like, what it's like on my own.
All right, we're back with the Evan Ginzburg Show, VillageConnectionRadio.com. This is Total Improv. Kadar Blacks, Christina Stefanelli, Billy Boy the Jamaican Cowboy, Alpha Halverson. The next 20 minutes, they're just going to jam us out of this show. Hit it, guys.
Every night I hope and pray that I will dream about you. Every day I walk that same place, hoping that I will see you. Just amazing what you are. Just a
me know you. Know you. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Look how long me know you. Look how long me groom you. Look how long me groom you. Look how long me groom you. Why now you try to use me? Why now you try to confuse me? Why you try to take me? Try to mistake me? Try to hate me? Hey, why you tell me? Tell me this. Who is wrong? Tell me this. Ice your chain, bling your wrist. Now you're talking all the mess. You flip, tell me why you switch. Did you find another? Who the hell you messing with? Who you think you messing with? Darling, I love you. You know that's a lie. Lie. Lie.
Oh yeah. So many ways, so many out. Trying to find a way to describe you. I look everywhere and anywhere, baby. You're amazing. You're amazing. Just amazing. You're amazing. Never see a smile that shines so bright like the sun. I never heard a voice that song so sweet like the birds been singing. You're amazing. You're amazing. That's what you are. You're amazing. Uh-huh. 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 Get up there. Amazing. What you are. I'm gonna borrow your guitar. I'm gonna sing. Let me play that. Let me play this. What are we saying? Get ready?
Alright, set it up.
All right.
Yeah.
You're my everything that I need. You're my everything that I need. Oh, you give me strength when I feel so weak. You give me money when I feel so low. All about your love. Your love is like money. Your love is like food. Your love is like money. Your love is like food. Yeah, yeah.
want a beautiful woman. Hear what I want, me want more than one. Sure. In a house me have wife, out a road a sweetheart. What we cook, what we clean, we fi keep my smart. Do you fi keep my sad for the day me perform? Hey, in a every man heart, they want a beautiful woman. Hey, hey, in a every man heart, they want a beautiful woman. Sing Billy, sing your song.
The way you whine and define, I had to bring you home tonight. Feel to be rude. Your love is like money. Keep me alive. Your love give me strength. Keep me alive. Your love is like money. Keep me alive.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Alright. So, give me what you got, 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 me if you come back. Give me what you got, 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 me let off the cash. Give me what you got, 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 me if you come back. Give me what you got, give me what you got, give me what you got, give me what you got. Whether on your knee, whether from the front, whether from the side or from the back, still I get the baby. Girl you coulda run, girl you coulda run, girl you coulda slim, girl you coulda fat, still I get the baby. Girl I cry, girl I scream, girl I want go home, then she have to get the baby. When me treat the liquor, man I come quicker, getting bigger, getting stiffer, then she have to get the baby. Give me what you got, 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 under your breath. Give me what you got, give me what you got, give me what you got, give me what you got. Billy sing a song.
There is a party next door. I know you wanna be sure.
Hey,
come on, baby. Show me how you wine, girl. Shake it and show me the unclean wine. They call it dirty wine. Show me how you wine, girl. Shake it and show me the unclean wine. They call it dirty wine. Your love is like money, keep me alive. Your love give me strength, keep me alive. All the while.
Billy, we'll get him some reality now. Alright. You want me soul, you try to take on me heart, you try to take on me life, you try to take. Oh. You want me soul, you try to take on me heart, you try to take on me life, you try to take. Yeah, my soul, I'ma try to take on me heart, I'ma try to take on me life, I'ma try to take. Boy, you want me soul, I'ma try to take heart, I'ma try to take life, I'ma try to take. Take up, stop me, and not harass me. Drop big guns, point tip on me, big nipple me. Out of me now, fi ask me ecstasy. Righteous man no dealing, and none of them every them. See me no know me, want fi arrest me. Got a special house and want me front drop on me. What a calamity when we burn down the city. No pity, no pity, no pity, no pity, pity. Show me worship the creator, show the girl them later. Solve the physical and let off the green paper. Imposters don't know how the money flow. FBI, dear me, other surveillance my home. Them go call my phone, listen to my tone. All them hear the girl them a request enough more. Babylon can't score, them skull much more for sure. Coffee them life we no insure. You want me soul, I'ma try to take on me heart, I'ma try to take on me life, I'ma try to take one. You want me soul, I'ma try to take on me heart, I'ma try to take on me life, I'ma try to take. Billy sing.
Oh, hey. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, nobody wants to save you.
Hey, hey.
Fighting for my life, fighting for my life. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
man curse. Who God bless, no man curse. Who God bless, no man curse. Thank you, Father, I'm not the worst. Who God bless, no man curse. Who God bless, no man curse. Who God bless, no man curse. Thank you, Father, I'm not the worst. What a fool them want take me life. I speak in a rich, but me survive. Ugly Park Road stick up, gun pine take me money, but them can't take me life. New York me say, me go so quick. Chilly with me brethren, them in a me new wing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Though it was never my intention, life destination had a different plan for me. I tried my best to do the right, stay from the wrong, still get caught up in the middle of the ghetto. I get caught up in the middle of my game. Yeah. I strayed away so far away from the right. Right now I cannot find my way back home. And I don't wanna die into this movie. I don't wanna die into this show. Because life don't often give a second chance. Don't often give a second chance.
Kadar Blacks,
Yeah.
Christina Stefanelli, Billy Boy the Jamaican Cowboy, Alpha Halverson, Poet John Winnell, Engineer, Station Owner Jim Savali. Yours truly, Evan Ginzburg. Want to thank you all. This has been a beautiful show, and we appreciate it. And folks, we just threw this together. We didn't even know Billy Boy was here. So, yeah. So live radio, we make it work somehow.
Absolutely. It's great being here, you know?
Thank you all. Thank you
Some
all.
of the songs are made on spot, so for this, just for listeners to know.
There you
You
go.
just go where the energy going, you know?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, once again, this is the eclectic mix known as the Evan Ginzburg Show at villageconnectionradio.com every Sunday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we thank you all, and we'll be back next week with an all wrestling show. We're going to have a room full of wrestlers. Nobody's... See, with wrestlers, if there's a guitar, they hit each other over the head with it. It's like a whole different deal.
El Kabong.
No, El Kabong, exactly. It's like they look at guitars differently in wrestling.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I just want to, just big up wifey, big up the family, everyone that listened to me. You take a moment out of your life to listen to all of us. So we appreciate, every listening audience. We appreciate everyone who's actively involved in everyone's career. We give you nothing but the less. And then for every one of us that have family that make a lot of sacrifice for us to be up and down, in and out on the road,
right.
day in and day out, doing what we love best. We truly appreciate all our families,
yeah, we have 2 or 3 minutes if you want to give some shout outs. I want to do a shout out to Gil at Patty's, who kind of brought us all together in a roundabout way. Gil from Patty's. Everybody loves Gil.
Yeah.
That's right. And Flushing. Check out
Flushing,
Patty's and
Patty's.
Flushing.
That's what we're talking
That's
about.
right,
Yeah,
Patty's.
Patty's. Yeah.
We met at Patty's.
Yeah, that's where we all met. Yeah.
What's the bartender's name again?
Gilbert Morrow.
Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert. Yeah.
Big up yourself, boss.
Big up Gilbert.
right.
Up Gilbert.
Yes. Of
Yeah,
course.
Any other quick shout outs?
And
We
we've
got a
all
minute or
performed
two.
at,
So just again, we just want to big up everyone. Billy and I going way back. I just want to say appreciate love everything that Billy support and I support. Billy's the one that kind of keep me grounded because every now and then I'll be like let's have some fun, and Billy's like Kadar,
Yeah.
preach it to the world and have fun with it. So sometimes I say I'm reserved And Kadar, you know, Billy's like, no, you got to wake up that exciting spirit, Kadar, and keep pushing forward. So, you know, we feed off each other energy. So I just want to say, you know, big up to
you
you.
guys are so positive. You know, I feel guilty sometimes. You know? It's like,
There's other side. There's other side to us, you know. But nothing as crazy as our president, but there's other side to us.
Yeah. Anybody else you want to shout out to before we wrap things
Yes,
up?
of course. I want to big up my fans. Tell you thanks for always keeping me alive. What I meant by that in terms of like most of the times we're all human beings, we feel like, you know, we're out, tired, but you always keep me going. Thanks a lot, and also for my family for my support, love and respect. And
yeah, man.
The show, Ivan, I want to thank you, of course, for always
my pleasure.
opening the door.
You're always welcome.
You know,
you're one of my favorite guests. This guy's got energy.
Respect.
No, seriously.
Yeah, with Yvonne, I mean, as you know, sometimes, you know, in Jamaica we always twist the words up a little. So, you know, we don't say we appreciate. We say we appreciate love.
Yeah.
So we appreciate love what you brought.
My pleasure.
And in return, we're gonna make right with it, do right with it. You know.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So just want to say big up Lisa. We want to say big up, you know, Mai. I want to say big up, you know, Stephanie. You know, Britannia. I mean, the list goes on. Dania. You know, it's a lot of females because I have a big female, you know, fan base. I have a big female family. You know, Grandpa had 11 and daughters and 2 sons.
Wow.
So you know, it's and right now I'm with 3 daughters right now. Don't know if there's any more to come, but thank God for the blessing that I have.
There you go.
Yeah. So I just want to big up everyone. Big up people who are down and out. You know, keep your head up. You know, tomorrow's a brighter day. And just, you know, just keep doing what you're doing best. And to every one of us here, you know, health and prosperity to yourself. And, you know, thanks for this platform. You know?
Of course. Christina.
Before I leave, show somebody, give somebody a smile. Just a smile. Just if a stranger that you don't know, just enlighten a person there. And love is the answer. In spite of, we are all one people. Let nothing else divide us.
That's right.
That's right.
Lucian Queen, hold it down.
Christina, you want to shout out to anybody?
Shout out, yes, to my cousin, Bruna Ambrose. Thank you for helping us promote our music, making our flyers, and so on and so forth. Yeah. And yes, we are definitely all one. We need to be mindful of our words, actions, and be gentle with ourselves. And we're all, when we look at each other, we're a mirror of ourselves. So love is the answer, and being positive. And
I could picture Christina like in 1967 in Haight-Ashbury in the summer alone. Very peaceful.
I on Haight-Ashbury.
See, I could tell.
Yeah. Passed away in 1995. I was living on.
How'd I figure that out, right? Yeah. You have that vibe. Yeah. Anyway, we must wrap it up at 1 p.m. or a few minutes after. Under the Radar with Randy Unger, pop culture films. So he'll be on with John DePriest Anthony from Warhammer Films, and we'll be right back next Sunday as always, and tomorrow 5 p.m. with the press conference for 350 days, opening nationwide July 12th. Thank you all.
Papa Lover, yeah, made in America.
Yeah,
there you go.
Made in New York. Made all over. Papa Lover, go and hold it.
Yes, man, big up.
Yeah, Chrome, go and hold it. Caught Up. Those are the 2 movies we're coming out in. Caught Up and Made in New York.
That's
big
right.
up Princess
Shout
Zambia
out to
too.
Boris Karloff.
Bring up Zambia.
That's right. The late Boris Karloff. John did a shout out. And Edgar Allan Poe. That's right.
And Bram Stoker.
There you
Yeah,
go.
man. Urel, genius. Yeah.
That'll about do it, folks. We have another show coming up. Thank you.
Bang.
Burnt bridges that cover my traces. I found promise in all the wrong places. To bow down, someone put me where I belong. Is all I need to spark to break free. Oh, this century's gonna be the end of me. I
gonna be the end of